Christina Swallow. I'm the director of the Nevada Department of Transportation. I just want to thank all of you for being here. I am truly pleased to MC this fabulous event dedicating officially the Tahoe East Shore Trail. Right, woohoo! We at NDOT are excited to unveil this new path, and I know that you are too. I can see it. I don't think I've ever been at a groundbreaking with this many, or ribbon cutting with this many people here. So, before we do that, though, I know you're excited. But we have a few speakers, and and they're going to tell us about the nearly decade-long path to get to this trail, the community vision, the dedication, the 13 partner agencies and organizations that came together, but more importantly than those agencies and organizations, the entire Tahoe community. Without you here, we would not have been able to accomplish this task. So, before I get started on the speakers, I need to thank all of you. Really, truly, from my heart, I'm so thankful you guys were here to support this. I need to thank our construction partner and project contractor, Granite Construction. And I know we have some Granite folks out there. Our NDOT project manager, Nick Johnson, and the NDOT construction crew 911, I thank you. And we also have, in addition to our speakers, we have Natalie Olson from Senator Rosen's office here. They're not going to be speaking, but she's here representing. And I have to, as I invite our first speaker of the day, I want to particularly thank our governor, Governor Sisolak, for joining us here. As the chair of our state transportation board, Governor, you are instrumental. Come on up. In so many important connections and improvements, and we thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I flew up this morning from Las Vegas. We're working down there this week. And I promised, Christina, I've got to keep these remarks short. I asked the other speakers because I know you're not here to listen to me. You're here to walk and get on that trail. And I totally understand that. It is so refreshing to see all the blue shirts out in front of me. And the beauty up here, the magnificence is just beyond compare. It's something that generations are going to enjoy. And I want to thank you. We're going to dedicate the opening of State Route 28, a shared use path. This pathway is much more than 3 miles. It's a true success story of all of you, all of those that are here today in this community that came together with a shared vision to create a safer, more accessible, brighter future for ourselves. We encountered a few people coming up here on bikes and walking on the trail, and this is exactly why this is so important to have here. More than 2.5 million vehicles travel this road every year. And on summer days like this one, those drivers mix with the thousands who park alongside the road to visit beautiful Lake Tahoe. I know that this path will provide opportunity for hardworking families to enjoy Lake Tahoe for decades to come. I'm going to cut my remarks about there. I really want you to get on the path because I'm going to walk with you. So I want to thank, this is a really important part, the more than 500 private donors. Join me in giving them all a round of applause who donated in excess of $1 million towards the construction and maintenance to this path, which is really, really remarkable. And thank you. That magnitude of those contributions go a long, long way with the money that we can put in from the government to make this a reality. And this path is going to tell a story. There's going to be a lot of memories made on this path with folks and the grandkids and kids, and that's something. This path is simply the beginning, the vision. I want to thank Granite and the folks that made this possible, and with great pride, I'm enjoying you today to open up this path, to cut the ribbon, and you'll write your own stories of fun and adventure on this beautiful pathway. So thank you. Enjoy the pathway. Enjoy it with your families. Be safe, and God bless you. God bless the great state of Nevada. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. I'd like to turn the podium over now to the next two speakers who've been integral to this project, Washoe County Commissioner Marcia Burke-Bigler and Tahoe Transportation District Manager Carl Hasty.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for being here. This path, this bike path, this walk path is such a great winning thing for Incline Village and for all of Lake Tahoe. We are so excited, and I first want to thank you, Incline Village, for all your patience on getting this put together. I know traffic's been horrible, everything has been difficult, but thank you so much for your patience. I will quickly just tell you that this connectivity, this trail will be connectivity to many of the other trails in our area, and we're very excited about that. We will continue on with the process of connecting from Crystal Bay into Incline Village and then connecting the rest of the way around to Spooner. This is a fun and exciting time for us. So I want to thank you. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of our partners who helped us on this. The Nevada Department of Transportation, the Federal Highway Administration, the Tahoe Transportation District, who's going to be speaking next, the Nevada State Parks, of course, Washoe County, who really was so excited to have this done, U.S. Forest Service, Tahoe Regional Planning Agency, the Nevada Division of State Lands, Incline Village General Improvement District, Carson City, Douglas County, and the Washoe Tribe. All of these people are partners who came together along with the many, many, many people who made donations to make this trail happen. And so thank you all very much for being here. Also, thank you to Great Basin Institute of Youth Conservation. You guys, raise your hands. Good job. You've done a fabulous job. They have been doing the trail connections from this trail down to the lake. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day. Enjoy the walk.
Thank you, Marcia. Feels like we're doing the Oscars up here, coming up as pairs. The winner is the trail and everyone who's been involved with this. The trail is an illustration of what it takes to deal with issues in a corridor, safety issues, access issues, recreation issues, and the partnerships that have come together to make this trail a reality have been extraordinary. It's complicated, but when you get to agreement and you're able to focus on those issues, you can move forward and get things done, even at Tahoe. And a lot of people say you can't do it at Tahoe. Well, this proves it wrong in a big, big way. There's more to do because this trail is also part of a multimodal system for the entire Tahoe area. This is part of the regional transportation plan of the TRPA to get improvements like this on the ground and provide choices for people for where they want to go and what they want to do. It takes a lot of funding partners to make something like this happen as well. So the others that I would like to acknowledge is the Federal Land Access Program, the National Scenic Byway Program, the Nevada Department of Transportation, the Nevada Stormwater Quality Program, the Nevada Voter Approved State Question 1, Washoe County Voter Approved Question 1, Federal Lands Highways Division, Federal Highways Administration Transportation Alternatives Program and Recreation Trails Program, the Tahoe Fund, the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency. That just gives you an idea of what it takes to get these things done. And even that's not enough, so we have more to do at Tahoe here. We have more to put in place as far as funding revenue sources to get improvements like this. We're working on the next 8 miles right now to take this trail from Sand Harbor to Spooner Junction. That will be going to permitting this fall, and we have money to go into design next. Last thing I'd like to acknowledge, and then I'll get off, and that is a project like this takes many champions, and there are many champions for this project. But there's one who I would say is definitely the champion extraordinaire, and that's Karen Mullen-Ely. She'll kill me for acknowledging her, but she so well deserves it, and this couldn't have happened without her, so thank you very much. Jeff Marcellet, Forest Supervisor for the Lake Tahoe Basin Management Unit, is the next speaker.
Wow, with a crowd like this, I'm going to be brief. I know you want to get to the trail. So it's a great moment to celebrate and be together. And as you've heard from many speakers, it's a long time in the making. This trail did not get to this point by accident. And efforts like this to share in the stewardship of public lands and provide vital connections, it takes a village, and you've heard about it. Lots and lots of folks, from private donors to state and local agencies, the federal government as well. We understand that these trails provide you the vital connections you need to the public lands that you own. There are national forest system lands here that you're going to be able to access now much easier, that are your public lands. So I want to just say thank you to all of the parties who have been out here working on this, the Tahoe Fund, to the local agencies. A couple that often get overlooked in moments like this that I want to give a special thank you to. The transportation agencies have done a remarkable job to get us to this point. And so for the TTD and for the Nevada Division of Transportation and to the Federal Highways Administration, you guys have done remarkable work to get us here, and quite frankly, a lot of funding as well from those three entities came this way. It's worth applause. You know, in the Forest Service, we've learned that sharing stewardship is the way of the future. And Carl mentioned it. We're planning right now the next leg of this trail that will go all the way up to Spooner Summit. That next leg of the trail will take every bit the same collaborative spirit, the same perseverance, the same open dialogue, the same collaborative funding to get that done. So we're looking forward to that. In fact, not very long from today, the draft plan will be released about the next leg of the trail. So I encourage you all to take a look. We're excited to get that environmental analysis on the street, and we're looking forward to your comments. So with that, as we look to the future is bright for trails in Lake Tahoe, and I'd like to invite Joanne Marquetta, the director of the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency, to say a few more words.
So 3 weeks ago, I was under anesthesia having a complete hip replacement. I'm not walking far today, and I am definitely not riding. But I got to tell you, this is the best physical therapy that anyone could have prescribed for me. It's not only physical therapy for the body, it's physical therapy for our senses, it's physical therapy for our spirits. And this kind of success does not just happen. It doesn't just happen. It started as a mere idea over a decade ago as when TRPA adopted our Tahoe Regional Plan, and that we developed, we approved, we administer it, and there's a portion of it that goes by the very inauspicious name, kind of dull, not very snappy, Lake Tahoe Region Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan. And that regional plan was the first place that called for this big idea, a complete trail system circumnavigating the lake. So far we've completed 30 miles on about 70. Today this puts us at about 33. We are just approaching halfway. And this 3-mile segment was one of the toughest segments, one of the toughest challenges. When we first set out, it met with a lot of IM words. Implausible, improbable, and here we are today celebrating the impossible. Fabulous. And we are not done. You heard Jeff. The next segment is coming. That's going to take us up to Spooner. But today we mark a significant achievement in realizing the dream of a state line to state line pathway, and then we keep going, ultimately, to that pathway around the lake. And so as throngs of visitors continue to come, we hope that this kind of shared path will entice many people to get out of their car, get closer to nature, and literally this path is open to all abilities. So I can't walk it and bike it, but it is designed to American with Disabilities Act standards. It's accessible to anyone differently abled. So on behalf of the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency, I would like to congratulate, applaud everyone, you've heard the names, everyone who had a hand in completing this project and advancing another increment of your Tahoe Regional Plan. It's a day to celebrate a feat of engineering, a feat of access, and mostly to celebrate the 13 federal, state, and local agencies, as well as the private sector, the Tahoe Fund, who contributed $1 million to the 41 million. So again, our secret sauce in Tahoe, collaboration, commitment, shared purpose. It works every time to protect Tahoe, and by working together, we'll provide accessibility to all for the beauty and majesty that this place affords us. Thanks to everyone.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Dowd. I'm the Regional Vice President for Granite Construction Company. We are incredibly proud to be associated with this job. I was just talking to Rick Becerra, one of our foremen on the job, and he said, you know, this is a once-in-a-career job. And Granite was established in 1922, so we've been around for almost 100 years. And I can't imagine there's been a more beautiful, unique, or challenging job that we've ever built. This sign says the Impossible Trail. And the first time I walked this job, I thought, oh my God, what did we sign up for? So we've had a bunch of committed workers. Everybody's talked about the multiple partners. There's no way a job gets done like this without committed partners. So really want to thank and appreciate those folks that have worked with us hand in hand throughout the last few years. Citizenship is one of Granite's core values, and therefore we're really committed to taking care of the environment, our community, and the people in that community. And I can't imagine a job that does that more than the one that we just completed here. And we're ready to keep building around the lake, so we're looking forward to that. And I just want to end by thanking all the workers that committed all their efforts out here. Extremely challenging job, tremendous amount of traffic. You can see foot traffic, and they committed to doing this job safely. And they did a great job, so I'm really proud of them, and Granite's really proud to be a part of this project. So thank you very much. And I'm going to invite Amy Berry from the Tahoe Fund up to wrap this up.
I have really good news. I'm the last speaker. Who's excited to get out on the trail today? We are so excited to have all of you here. You know, the Tahoe Fund was created for projects just like this. How can we inspire the private community to help support wonderful environmental improvement projects, partnering with our amazing public agency partners? And you did just that. The $1 million that have been spoken about today, that $1 million triggered or secured all of the public funding that was necessary to make this project happen. So let's give a round of applause to all of you. And as you're walking down the path, you're going to see a number of ways that folks who have donated are recognized. You'll see some bears that you're going to cross. You'll see a donor wall with over 550 individual names and families. If you are on there, you're going to feel a great sense of pride. If you're not on there, it's not too late. We're going to put a new donor wall at Hidden Beach. So any donations of $100 or more will go on the wall. And then once you get out there to Hidden Beach, you're going to come through the tunnel. You're going to see this beautiful view of Tahoe. We've got some tents and refreshments out there for folks. Make sure you make it to the bridge. It really is the most spectacular bridge. And on the bridge, you'll see trout. Those are also still available for donations. So this has really been an amazing team effort. Every team has some MVPs, and I want to call out a couple for the Tahoe Fund. Number one, our Tahoe Fund board. So if you're here, please raise your hand. I see Katie and Corey and Cindy and Jim. And our number one donor who kicked this whole thing off for us, Kern Schumacher. Kern, thank you so much. Kern said, Amy, I think we can do this. We're going to do it. And we did it. So we just are so excited to be here today. It's an impossible trail that because of you and all of you, it's possible. So get out there and enjoy it. I think Christina's going to come up, and then Alan from State Parks is going to give a little bit of instruction on how to get out there. If you don't know, this is now a State Parks facility. So I think we need a big round of applause for State Parks for taking this on for us. Thank you.
All right, we're racing to the end, and I have just a couple things. If you lost your cell phone, I might have it. It's in my pocket. All right, then I wanted, while we were racing to go through this, we forgot to mention that actually the Governor Sisolak, gave us a certificate of recognition to the Tahoe East Shore Trail partners. So I'm not going to read it all because we're racing to the end. And with that, I'm going to invite the governor and the speakers over with me to do the ribbon cutting. But all of you that are watching, don't forget to listen to Alan as he gives us our safety tips on how to use the trail safely. And let's just do one more huge round of applause for everybody who participated in this event.